At a time when the world around him was filled with uncertainty and shifting loyalties, Elijah walked with a quiet certainty that his journey was coming to an end, not in the way most people would expect. Not with weakness or decline, but with something far more unusual, something that could not be explained by anything ordinary, and those closest to him could sense it, even if they didn't fully understand it. There was a weight in the air, a feeling that something significant was about to happen, and yet Elijah said very little about it, as if the moment would speak for itself when the time came. And walking beside him was Elisha, his student, his follower, and the one who refused to leave his side no matter how many times he was told to stay behind. They traveled together from place to place, and at each stop, Elijah told Elisha to remain there while he went on alone. But each time, Elisha responded with the same determination, refusing to be separated, insisting that he would not leave. And there was something deeper in that persistence, something beyond loyalty. It was as if he knew that if he turned back, he would miss something that could never be seen again. And so he stayed, step for step, until they reached the edge of the Jordan River, a moment that felt like a boundary, not just of land, but of something far greater. And without hesitation, Elijah removed his cloak, rolled it together, and struck the water. And instantly, the river parted, opening a path before them, allowing them to walk across on dry ground. A moment that echoed power, authority, and something that went far beyond human ability. When they reached the other side, Elijah turned to Elisha and asked him a question that carried more weight than it seemed at first. "What do you want me to do for you before I am taken away?" And Elisha didn't hesitate. He asked for a double portion of Elijah's spirit, not just strength, but the essence of who he was, the faith, the calling, the responsibility. And Elijah answered in a way that left everything uncertain, telling him that if he saw him being taken, then it would be granted, but if not, then it would not. And with that, the moment lingered, quiet, tense, as if everything depended on what would happen next. And then, without warning, everything changed. As they continued walking and talking, a sudden force interrupted the moment. A chariot of fire appeared, pulled by horses of fire, moving with a power that could not be ignored. And in an instant, it separated the two men, creating a distance that could not be crossed. And before Elisha could fully react, Elijah was lifted from the ground, caught up in a whirlwind, rising higher and higher until he was no longer within reach. No final words, no gradual farewell, just a sudden departure that defied everything familiar, leaving behind only